nor the continuing horrors that have ensued since then. These open calls for the murder of Jews, Jew hatred espoused from the rooftops proudly by these people who at least used to have the decency to hide in the shadows. Now they feel comfortable calling for these crimes. And it is a scary world indeed. And we have to take our security and our safety seriously.
Now, Dermot, you've had a wide-ranging career. What drew you to this story, and how did it expand you at all as an actor?
Well, I saw it very much as a thriller with an incredible ensemble cast that pursues not just who done it, but weaves in political corruption and ethnic conflict and everything else in the high desert, backstabbing entrepreneurs and state government that's not doing quite the right thing. So those elements are classic in films, and for me, even if you see that image there, it's that's a character I've never played before. So I was thrilled to join the casting cell in the making of the film.
Sal, how do you feel about the portrayal, the importance of self protection, self defense, the rabbi choosing to arm himself being a kind of key moral conflict and dimension in the film? Where was your thinking there as that aspect of the story came together?
Well, as Rabbi Mose says in the movie, and like him, I was not a gun guy. It's not something that I grew up around. But as this danger has been rising in our community, I stepped up like a lot of other people. I'm an Orthodox Jew, a religious Jew, which is to say a visible Jew. And the danger is probably higher to us because we're visible. We have an organization called Maganam, means Shield of the Nation, where we're trained and licensed to carry firearms. Please God, we should never need such skills. But if we do, we won't be a soft target. And the training that the rabbi goes through in the movie is based on my own training in Maganam. People in the firearms community and the law enforcement community recognize that it's realistic. It's not what you usually see in a movie, a few tin cans on a fence, 15-second montage, and the guy can shoot. God forbid you need to shoot in an emergency. It's very difficult to be accurate, to be safe, and to defend yourself and your family under that kind of pressure. And so we show what it takes to learn how to use a firearm properly, and people in that community appreciate it.
Now, the film's tagline, "May God and your Glock protect you," has already sparked reactions naturally. I know that's what you guys were trying to do. How did you settle on that line, and what do you really hope that the audience takes from that line?
Uh, first of all, God comes first. There's a traditional response in the Jewish tradition when there's danger. It's a three-pronged approach. You have to pray to God for assistance, attempt diplomacy, try to find a peaceful solution. And if that fails, prepare for war. So, ultimately our fates are in the hands of the Lord above. But if we're going to be serious when we say never again, we have to take responsibility for our own safety. Thank God we have allies in that fight, but we have to be responsible.
Dermot, what drew you to this role in particular? I've seen you in so many films over the years. I was talking before the camera started rolling. I love the movie Zodiac. It's one of my absolute favorite films. You have a great role in that. This is a movie, again, with a lot of great roles, ensemble cast, including Christopher Lloyd, who I saw show up in the movie. Is fantastic actor from so many films from my childhood and before. What was it like working with him and other people, and what drew you to the role?
Well, it was amazing for me to work again with Christopher Lloyd. If anyone recalls, I certainly do. I worked with him on Angels in the Outfield in about 1990.
Oh, that's right.
So it's
Yes.
incredible to recross his path. That meant so much to me when I filmed those scenes. I'll take this moment to say that I hate guns. I never have any of them in my personal life, and I have represented, held them, used them murderously in films for decades. And it's an incredible friction within me. So in this, I portray a person who suffers from guns, and the whole story is wrapped around them. So these decisions are really tough. I'm glad that I was in the hands of a skillful filmmaker and producers, so that the fine line that this story treads was handled so well. But we all made, I'd hope more people have more resistance to gun ownership and what guns have done to this country.
You know, there is the film is, I think, politically complicated at a time where I might say, and you feel free to disagree, that sometimes simplistic storylines can be preferred in Hollywood, things that don't make people uncomfortable or have confrontation or make people think too hard. Maybe either of you want to talk about any of the reaction or what you've heard, you know, from other people who've seen the movie. I can imagine this being somewhat controversial in Hollywood given certain people's political leanings, but feel free to push back if you think I'm overreaching there.
I mean, I'll just jump in, and before I even answer the question, I want to throw Dermot a compliment. The movie is structured as a mystery thriller, and that means that the main characters and Dermot's role, Alan, is at the center of it all. He has to play two roles simultaneously. Right, he's got to be what he seems to be on the surface and what's really going on below. It's a big challenge for any actor, and Dermot really aced it in our movie. And I would say that really speaks to also what's going on in the country. There's mainstream narratives, there's what everyone is talking about, and there's what people are really feeling. And certainly coming out of Hollywood, as you say, they simplify issues that resist simplification. It's one thing to say, you know, let's remove all the guns, but sadly, so many guns are in the hands of the bad guys, and they are intent on doing harm, and not just to the Jews. I mean, Christians in America have been attacked, Jewish communities, other minority communities, fringe communities. So the idea that we take our own safety seriously is important. And saying that we're going to be prepared to defend ourselves is not the same as saying that we're looking for a fight. We're not. We'd much rather prefer to be at peace.
And through the film, you see that Rabbi Mo's journey raises a big question. What would Moses do? So do you believe that the film ultimately answers that question, or does it leave it open for debate on purpose?
What would Moses do? Rabbi Mo is concerned, that who is he going to become if he's an armed rabbi? I mean, that's not his role to defend the community. He's got a security guard for that. But there comes a time when the normal strictures break down. And we've seen it happen. We've seen communities erupt in chaos. And at that time, certainly we don't want only the bad guys to have guns. But I think something we can all agree on is that people who legally own firearms need to know how to use them. And as I mentioned earlier, that's not easy. It takes a lot of reps, a lot of training, a lot of practice to hold a firearm safely. And so encouraging people who own them to train consistently and be prepared to use them safely if they ever have to seems to me a good consensus view on the issue.
I'll leave it there. Dermot, Sal, thank you so much for coming on to discuss. It looks like a great film, and people should go check it out.
Thank you so much. July 18th in theaters across America.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.